Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it with a Wisdom Oracle card to get a feel for the overall vibe of your reading. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Truth be told. Truth be told. This is card 14. That's the Temperance card in the Tarot. It's about alchemy. It's about balancing the energy between your external world and your internal world, allowing there to be harmony with the world around you and within you. And what's coming through with this card is that in order for there to be harmony within us, we have to be completely honest with ourselves about who we are, 123 on the timer, about what we feel, even when what we feel is not perfectly healed, right? Divine is saying there's no pressure to be perfectly healed. Sometimes we put this pressure on ourselves to be a perfectly healed spiritual being. Sometimes we feel that pressure from other people, unfortunately, especially within the spiritual community. And we of all people should know that our healing work is truly never done. There may be truths that you are coming to terms with about things that you still want to heal within yourself, whether it may be fear or an insecurity. Maybe it's something that you do that you want to no longer do, or you want to do something else, or maybe it's something that you want to do differently. This truth that you are coming to terms with, that you are honoring, that you're accepting and honoring, it comes to you through acceptance, not by force. This truth comes to you as you remind yourself that there is no pressure for perfection, but that you honor your growth, your evolution, and for that reason, you are willing to admit whatever it is about yourself that you want to change, that you want to do differently. Maybe you arrived to this truth simply because you want to experience something different in your life. Maybe you're tired of feeling the same low vibration, or you're tired of experiencing the same outcome. And you're realizing that in order to create a different result, a different outcome, that there's something within you that you will shift as you honor yourself and give yourself the opportunity, the room to grow, to do something differently. I love this image, how it's the owl. Of course, I love my owls. I'm wearing them today. He's down down there. But I love my owls. This is about your wisdom and opening up to the wisdom within you. Realizing that there are infinite possibilities of who you can become and of what you can do. You're not bound by the same behavior of your parents and your grandparents and those who came before you. We honor our ancestors, but we also want to grow and evolve beyond wherever it was that they left off. That's what they want for us. And that's what, out of self-love, we want for ourselves. You don't have to repeat those patterns that you observed in your family or that you observe now in the people around you. You can go higher. But that always starts with being honest with ourselves, who we are, where we are, and where we want to go. Okay? Divine is just saying that as you are honest with yourself about these truths, be gentle with yourself as well. Also, there may be truths that you're sharing with someone that you love or someone that you want to grow with. This can take work because there's vulnerability that's required. And it's not always easy to be vulnerable with a person, especially when we have been through experiences with someone that may have been painful. But if this is a union or a committed relationship, whether it's a friendship or a love relationship of any sort, where there is dedication and loyalty, and there's a safe space to grow, then there's also a safe space to be vulnerable about your honesty and where you want to go, either together or maybe you're just sharing your individual goals, okay? But there may be some truths that you're sharing with another person. This will help bring you closer together. It will help you to bond as you communicate in the frequency of love. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck? Building blocks. Yeah. Oh, these are so beautiful together because truths are being told, truths are being revealed. And then that truth, that honesty, serves as a building block within a commitment. And this could be a commitment within a relationship or a union, or it could be a commitment that you've made to yourself. The more honest that we are with ourselves, the more dedicated we can become in our goals, because we're seeing things with more clarity. We're not wearing a mask. You know, sometimes we wear masks with ourselves as well. It's not just how we present ourselves to the public. Sometimes we're dishonest with ourselves about how we truly feel about something. And so in order to create a positive shift, we have to allow space for honesty and truth about who we are and how we feel. But this truth, this new sense of dedication to your loyalty to yourself and to your honesty about where you are and where you want to go, it's going to help you to see yourself, your present, your past, your present, and your future with more clarity. You see how she's looking? She has clear vision because she's been honest, and now she's able to build a firm foundation that has staying power because it's built on truth. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Okay, let's see what Moonology card is coming through. I'm feeling very close to the moon right now because it's the night of the full moon in Taurus and the sky is so beautiful. I was just outside. It's so clear. The stars are out. The moon is just so bright and beautiful. Thank you, Divine. What message is coming through for this beautiful being? Void of course, moon. Nothing will come of this situation. There's something that you're releasing. There's something that you are truly letting go of. And it's something that you know no longer serves you. Let me get some clarity on this. They're saying to go to this one. Thank you, Divine. What situation is to be let go of? What is this beautiful being being encouraged to walk away from? Okay. I see where Divine is going, but I want to confirm. Thank you, Divine. Yes, yes. All Divine is saying to walk away from is worry. 10-10 on the timer. It's about an approach that you may have found yourself taking as you're trying to go in a certain direction or yield a certain result. There's something that you've been really motivated to get done. It's like I'm seeing her here looking out. She knows where she wants to go, okay? But perhaps she wants her foundation to extend all the way out here, but this is what she has right now. But she's focusing out here, right? Divine is saying to bring your awareness back to where you are and to what you have. There's something that you have access to right now that is so beautiful. It's so valuable. But you may have been feeling all tied up, 11:11 on the timer. Divine is letting you know that you have freedom. There's this sense of like feeling bound to a certain outcome, feeling pressured to produce a certain result. I keep hearing the word outcome. Like, what is it going to look like? What is it going to be? It's like wanting everything to be planned and to know all the ins and outs and being able to predict it all. That's what Divine is saying is to be voided out, is the worry, the need to know every single thing about a path that you're on. Because what's happening is as you're wanting a certain outcome, okay, if you'll see here, she's actually literally all tied up. And what's coming through is that in your situation, you might be binding yourself to a certain outcome, which is limiting what the universe is able to do for your manifestation miracles. There are aspects of your journey that you have not seen yet. You might not even be aware of them yet, and that's because they're miracles. You're going to be blessed with these options and with these with this guidance of exactly what to do and when, but at the right time. So this being all tied up and feeling like you're pressured to produce a certain outcome, it's leading to indecision. It's leading to overthinking. And what that's doing is it's resulting in, you see how like that sky, there's not a lot going on there. There's a full moon, but there's not a lot of like a lot of the cards in this deck, like you see this, it's, you know, there's more going on there. There's a lot more in the landscape there. This is just so empty, you know? And there's darkness. There's nothing wrong with darkness, but there's a lot of darkness on this particular course because there's worry, there's fear. And so I'm getting the vibe of the Moon card where there's anxiety and fear that doesn't need to be there. There might even be an illusion of problems that don't exist. So in order to shed light on all of the miracles that await you, rest and rejuvenation is what Divine is guiding you towards. And you might think, rest and rejuvenation, but I've got so much work to do. You know, I see this drive in you where I'm literally seeing you in a car where you're like ready to go. You're like, all right, seatbelt on, I'm ready to go. But there's power in stillness at this time. There's power in making the choice to meditate and to visualize the outcome that you want. There are doors and windows and everything else that are going to open up as you calm your mind and guide your thoughts to a very high frequency where you are visualizing exactly what you want. And then you're stepping back and allowing the universe to bring that manifestation through in whatever way is best. So you're boosting your vibe by aligning your frequency with what you want, the outcome that you want, whether it's the manifestation of a new car or a new home or a relationship or something for your family or something for your future. Whatever it is, visualize yourself having it and just sit with that thought, with that imagery for some time, and then allow yourself to come back. You know, you're kind of in a trance there, so ground yourself and then allow the universe to bring that manifestation to you in whatever way is best. Okay? So I'm getting the vibe of patience, because you will manifest what you want. But Divine is saying that if you are moving forward with very specific expectations and you're tying yourself up with a sense of needing to rush or a sense of needing to manifest it right now in this certain way, that is the course that will be void of the manifestation that you want. It's all about desiring it, knowing that you're going to receive it, but then trusting the divine to bring you that manifestation in the right time and divine timing and in the most divine way, whatever way that is that divine has for you. Okay? It feels like freeing up your energy in order to allow this manifestation to come through in the best way. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull some tarot and we'll see what's coming through here. Thank you, Divine. Please clarify the current situation or conflict that this beautiful being needs to know more about or to receive divine guidance regarding. Thank you. Oh, we got this. Oh, okay, we're going. Okay, yeah, and I'm seeing yeah, okay, so I look at the bottom to see what's hidden. And I can see here that in something that you're manifesting, it feels like it's either regarding finances, home, family, and something that's happened in the past. There's something that you're overcoming regarding a conflict. And you have achieved a certain level of clarity and truth. Okay, the Truth Be Told card came through, and that's backed up by the Ace of Swords. There's something very beautiful and magical that's happening here. But what's hidden is illusion and confusion that has resulted from the illusion. So we have Seven of Cups here. This could also be about an overwhelming number of choices. You might feel like, especially with the Two of Swords there, you might feel like you haven't known which way to move forward. Okay? The way is being made clear to you, and Divine says that the way is a lot simpler than you think. Outside forces have created confusion and illusion, but clarity is available to you. They're saying what's on the outside, leave it outside. because that cannot hinder what's on the inside. And on the inside, what I'm getting is inside of you, inside of your mind, okay? There may have been someone who was sending negative energy or trying to present themselves as a distraction. Divine says that you're beyond that distraction. That distraction no longer has power over you and your decision-making process. You don't have to be in a confused state any longer. But with this Two of Swords, there is something that you have not been seeing or considering. And what that is the opportunity to build and grow and complete something, but that it will take time. Divine is asking you to be patient for this manifestation. Divine is saying that the magic is where you are. That vision that I was getting of you getting in your car and wanting to go, Divine says the magic is where you are. 2111 on the timer. There's balance within the self. There's balance in simplicity. There's balance in remaining steadfast, building where you are. You've got the Six of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So there is a lot of energy that you have put into building something, growing something. For some of you, this is a business. For some of you, this is a career. For some of you, this is a home or family. There could also be soulmate energy here with the Six of Cups. Okay? But there is a lot of beautiful energy that you have invested and that other people have invested as well with the Ten of Pentacles there. There has been conflict, and it's funny because the conflict is pretty much right above this Five of Wands. There was some combative energy that you experienced. It may have felt like a battle that you were going through, but this was the result of illusions. Okay? There could have been negative energy that someone was sending you in order to impact something that you have invested in, something that you have worked towards. Someone wanted you in the dark, but this shadow is no longer being cast over you. It's like the after effects of what you've experienced in the past. And so you might see yourself now as all tied up, but you're not. There's someone who wants you to think that something that you are manifesting is impossible. But it's not that it's impossible. It's that any illusions or worry that you've had could slow it down and could harm the manifestation. But your miracle is your miracle. And at this point, only anxiety and fear could get in the way of what it is that you want to manifest. So that's why Divine is encouraging you to rest and rejuvenate and come back to the magic of your miracles. Come back to the magic of the investments that you've made. Come back to the magic of who you are and the effort that you've put into your life and into your world. Whatever this is that you are building, growing, and continuing to make more beautiful. Continuing to cherish. You've got the King of Swords here, so you are seeing clearly, okay? And there is clarity and really clear thinking that is available to you. As long as you open up to the possibilities of what is, and you don't allow yourself to see through anyone else's illusion or the illusion of impossibility, you are presented here as the King of Swords. And as the King of Swords, there is a return with this Knight of Cups. There's a return to truth. That's what this is about. It's about your journey back to your truth. You might not feel like you're in the King of Swords mode right now. Right now you might be feeling all tied up, okay? But Divine is guiding you to the truth of the possibility of what it is that you're manifesting. For some of you, this is love, okay? For some of you, this is the possibility of manifesting new love. For some of you, it's restoration of something in the past. I see that definitely with the Six of Cups there, okay? This could be a soulmate that you are reconciling with or restoring energy with and continuing to build and nurture and experience abundance with. Or it could be something new. With this Ace of Swords, I'm also getting very new energy there. But regardless of whether this is old or new, love or business prosperity, it's your truth. And it is very possible for you to manifest this. Be aware of any outside forces that might take you away from the possibility of your manifestation. Also, Divine is saying to be very quiet about what it is that you're manifesting. Be very private about it, because if you reveal to other people what it is that you want, what it is that you truly desire, there are a lot of people who want to throw darts at a person's manifestation power, or they want to throw obstacles on their path as they're manifesting. So that's what I'm getting here with this Rest and Rejuvenation card. It's like, bring your focus to your inner world, because that is what will give you the power to manifest what it is that you are creating, okay? Let's see here. Let's pull a couple of these. We'll start with these first. Oh, okay, so I picked this up by accident, but you know, there are no accidents in a reading. This is air, ace. This is like the Ace of Swords. This is about coming to terms with your truth. 27:47 on the timer. That's 9/11. 27:47. Is it? Yeah. I'm in card mode. I'm in spirit mode. I had to switch over to math mode. So, okay, so this is urgent. It's very urgent that you recognize truth and possibility. And yeah, you are being divinely supported at this time, because what's coming through is that what you want is so divinely aligned. What you truly desire is exactly what is right for you. But there have been illusions that were cast where, like, there's somebody around you or other people around you who did not want you to have this. For some of you, it's a beautiful business. For some of you, it's something that you're creating, you're working on. For some of you, it's a relationship. And like I said before, for some of you, it's reconciliation and restoration. And for some of you, it's the manifestation of a new relationship. But there is healing and building that is meant for you. And I feel like this void of course moon, that's exactly what someone wants you to think, that nothing will come of this situation. Well, if you think it won't, if that's where you vibrate, then it won't. But Divine is Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. The truth is that you have the power to manifest this. This is your dream. This is what you want. You're coming home to it. Look. In love. This is Venus energy. Okay? Yeah, it's safe to be in love with your ideas. It's safe to be in love with what it is that you wish for. Crisis of personal belief systems. Continually driven to question, fracture, and break free of previous belief systems. This is so important because it feels like some sort of either tragedy or hardship that you went through guided you into the direction of thinking that there was something that was not possible for you. But you have a responsibility to yourself and to the things that you wish to manifest. Whatever it is, this intense desire is in alignment with your destiny. And you have the freedom to want it. You have the freedom to desire it, to think of it, and to know that it is possible without having any doubt. So there's a part of you, especially with this air energy coming through, there might be a part of you that is tending to want to function logically, or this could be you or someone else. So, okay, what I'm getting here is that there could be someone here who takes on a more logical perspective of things. This could be you or someone else that you're dealing with. You might be more of a dreamer. You might be more like this Knight of Cups here. All right, where you're like in tune with emotion and your dream energy. And then there's someone else who functions logically. But I feel like this is about a beautiful blend of both. Now, you might not always feel like it's a blend. Sometimes it might feel more like opposition. But it feels like this is someone who's moving in the same direction as you, but in a different way. Your path might be different, but your destination is the same. This could be someone that you're working together with in a business or in a partnership of some sort or in a relationship. So this feels like the need to create space for the differences between you and being patient with those differences and realizing that the end goal is the same, but your take on something might be different. Now, what I'm getting here is with this possessive card, I'm not getting this for an actual relationship. I am getting that there could be someone from your past who is very possessive over your energy. And so that might be someone who wants you to see your manifestation power as void or as impossible because they still want to have a handle on you. They don't. And as long as you don't give them that power through your mental energy and your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, no one has power over you, okay? However, what I'm also getting here is that, this possessive card looks a lot like this all tied up card because she's bound and he's sort of like, looking possessive over her. So this could be another take on the manifestation process and realizing that there has to be some distance between you and your expectation of how the outcome comes to be, how it manifests completely. Create some space between that so that universe is able to bring you this miracle in the way that is best for you. There might be some differences between how you expected it to come about and how it actually ends up playing out. But that's just giving the universe room for miracles. Okay? Patience keeps coming through. I keep seeing you in that car wanting to just vroom vroom. So yeah, allow patience, okay? And trust. Expansive creativity. This is Jupiter in the 5th house. Okay, this is Leo energy. I will. You are magnetic, imaginative. You have an abundant life. And that's what you're manifesting, is an abundant life. Divine wants you to trust that. Walks the path between worlds. This is where you are as you visualize what you want, and you are walking that path, arriving to that place where you have what you want. What's coming through here is Divine says that it's not about the destination, it is about the journey that you take as you get there. Give yourself rest, give yourself the time to rejuvenate and to meditate and to focus on positive outcomes for you, and guard your thoughts from worst possible outcome scenarios and things like that. Okay? Also create moments of happiness for yourself at this point where you are now, until you get to where you want to be. Because that is going to ensure that once you manifest what you want, you will be able to enjoy it, because you're already in a routine of creating happiness for yourself. When you're trying to create a miracle in your life and you're pushing so hard, that does not leave room for a lot of joy and peace. And so when you do get what you want, that's when you're like, now I don't even want it. There's no happiness there, you know? Yes. Allow yourself to experience pleasure. Allow yourself to experience pleasure. Okay? I want to pull another Moonology card. I don't know, I just feel like it. I feel like there's another one. Look, conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. So you are reaching the end of a long haul. Divine says to work through any fears that you're feeling, because that is going to free up your energetic space for you to create, for you to manifest, for you to believe, and to have faith. Okay? I knew there was something else for us there. Okay, I'm gonna do, let's do Shaman's Dream. And see what's coming through. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being to close this reading? Okay, we've got two cards. Card 53, Stranger, Curiosity. And Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit about Stranger, Curiosity. And then I'll more than likely read the whole thing for Moon Maiden. I'm feeling drawn to that one for you. Okay, so Stranger, the other, moving past fear of differences, curiosity, and acceptance. Okay, this one sounds really good. Maybe we'll read this whole one, okay? The stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty, as the danger of the unknown defines its very presence. Yes, there is a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to look only for what mirrors what is safe and known to you, refusing to entertain any concept of other beyond something to fear. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion. Remember, we were talking about illusions and fears. This is perfect. Thank you, Spirit. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, and you're challenged by your own inexperience, but don't miss this opportunity for learning. Something extraordinary is being offered to you now if you remain curious and teachable. Allow the newness to envelop you as you explore the possibilities. This is a departure from your expectations, but the stranger has come to invite you to dance to a new music, a new tempo, a new sensation that will add more dimension to you and what you create as a result. Now is the time to leave room for other points of view, other ways of seeing with humility and grace. This is a defining moment. Take the risk. Life is like a precious diamond with many facets, not just one. That's so beautiful, because it had come through before that you might be working with someone or building with someone who has a different way of doing things, who sees things from a different perspective. But Divine is inviting you both to accept each other's differences and to realize that there's strength in that, okay? All right, and then you've got card 41. New ideas, beginnings, and curiosity. The Moon Maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face and facet of yourself that is aching to be shown to the world. Those qualities that you have been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendor. I love that, because we were talking about keeping your ideas for what you're manifesting to yourself, allowing that space for Divine to really work with the energies and to work within you, and for you to honestly to get your shit together. I mean, that's how life really is. It's like we have this energy that we can pull together and work with it. But when you're talking about it and sharing your ideas with other people, a lot of times that takes the power that we have and it kind of depletes us of it. So there was a time to be secret about something, or maybe you're in that phase now since that came through in the reading. But just know that there will come a time for you to celebrate openly about your manifestation. But until then, keep it private, keep it personal, so that you can focus on developing the ideas in the best way for you as you channel from Spirit and open up to the Divine and to the guidance that's coming through for you. And you carefully and beautifully create what it is that you are here to create. All right, beautiful being. I'm so grateful that I could deliver these messages to you. I hope that they were helpful to you and that they brought you good vibes and clarity and everything that you needed at this time. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.